I'm Jens. I'm one of the two CEOs that the company Binary Impact has. We are a German developer studio, and we are developing right now Parking World. As in the past, we released the precision platformer Beam, which also got featured by you. We actually have like a banner that we take to conferences, and it's written games and industry application. Yes, we do both. So yeah, we do lots of stuff, and the interesting thing is that it's the same tech stack if you do games or if you do like educational software or training software or basically everything that's real time. So we can use what we can do for both parts of the industry, and we were already doing like industry applications. When I was still working for television, we used Unity actually to write some real-time camera capture thingies where a comedian on the stage is handwriting on a tablet something, and we get this image and put it on the projectors and stuff. And so basically I used Unity not to make games, but to use for industry for a long time. And after that, we continued with industry until we could basically nail down the foundation and the funding for the next game, because I like to do it safely. I'm not like really into risk. So better to have the funding down before you start like a big game project.
So if I understand this correctly, you are basically funding your game development or securing your game development time by doing stuff for the industry first, get paid, and then is this sort of like a hobby in a way of the company, or how would you put that?
That has many aspects of it. First, the team really likes to make games, so it's almost like a team building action to do this, but also on the long run, we want to do this more exclusively, so get rid of the industry stuff and do games, because we would like to be in the luxurious position to have like a couple of games out there that fund then basically the next one, but not be under pressure that a lot of studios have, that basically your current title funds the next one.
You were trying to get industry jobs done and then figure out what you want to do with your next project, which goes by the name Parking World. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what this is?
We actually have a board in the office where everyone puts on game ideas, like really like handwritten notes pinned to a board, and we were like discussing what should we do next. And we were earning money with a project we did for Audi, the car manufacturer, and that was make an editor where you can build parking garages so they can export the data and use this data to train autonomous parking cars. Because for them it's way cheaper to pay a company to do the editor than send out a measurement team into each parking garage with like a weird setup what a car would struggle with. So better to build the difficult parts for the car to understand. Yeah, well, while we were discussing about the next game project, one developer of the team said, well, actually, if now every street costs like €5, we have a game, right? And we were like, yeah, maybe. So the idea of a city builder / management game was born there. And we approached Audi with it because in the industry, I don't know if you know, all code that you write basically is always copyright of the customer, of the client. They get it. So we asked them, how do you feel about making this project into a game? And the project lead liked it very much, so we got rights to keep the code that we wrote basically to use for that. And also we may be allowed to have Audis drive around, so maybe some licensing for the brand actually, which is really cool. And with that we approached a publisher on Gamescom. Not this year, on Gamescom 2022, yeah. And yeah, there we found our publisher, and then we started full steam ahead with Parking World.
How big is your company right now?
We are 15 people, and we are really programmer heavy. We are like 13 coders, and we have one technical artist and one like PR community manager kind of guy. So yeah, we desperately look for more tech artists, but also we're still looking for programmers.
When did you start working on that, like game extract from whatever you have from the industrial client there? When did that start?
I think around this time last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we did like early prototypes of like systems. The first thing we did was try to I have to this is a little tangent. The editor that we did for parking garages basically had information about the lanes going through the parking garage, like what street is connected to what street and what parking spot is connected to what lane on what street, and so on, in the semantic of the stuff we exported for the AI for the cars. So we thought, okay, we already have information about the lanes, so basically we made them into splines and tried to move like cars, or basically just cubes, pushed them along the splines and saw how realistic that would look. And that was the first prototype of actually having cars going around, which is not what we ended up with, by the way.
Okay, so the prototype we will be showing is so to speak something that was worked on for about a year to get different kind of systems tested and going. Is that correct?
Yeah, and we overhauled like the whole building mechanics. So all what we see right now in the background, that was built with the old building system that we had in place. So the new one is more modular, gives you more freedom, and a little bit more holds your hand when building. Because we saw, yeah, it's nice to have all the freedom to build on the millimeter exact what you want to build for a parking garage, you know? But that is not what a player wants. Because a player does not want to do architectural work. A player wants to build a garage and see people going around and buy sodas and pay parking tickets. And
I mean, that's the proposition of the game. So yeah, I would expect that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we toned down the freedom you have in building.